Okay, here we go. What's up, everybody? Dan here from Headwaters Kayak, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about paddles. Good, better, best. What are you getting for your money? What paddle might be right for you? And just in general, what to look for when you're buying a new paddle. So that's why you're here. You want to learn a little bit about the differences. Why would I spend 500 bucks? Why would I spend 300 bucks? Why wouldn't I just spend 50 bucks? We're going to talk about all that today. So the first paddle I want to talk about is the Aquabound Stingray. I'm using low angle paddles here as an example of the Stingray, the Tango, the Tetra.
Kind of a classic example of a good, better, best offering.
So my first option today is the Aquabound Stingray. This comes in a few different layups. They all have a carbon shaft. You can either get it with the Versa-lok feather, which is the adjustable length. So if you're paddling multiple different boats or you're having multiple people use the same paddle, that Versa-lok is a nice feature. Otherwise, it also comes in a Posi-Lok feature like this here, where you can take the paddle apart, adjust the feather angle, and then lock it into place, but it's only one length. The nice thing about the Posi-Lok is you save a little bit of weight, you save a little bit of cost. It's about $20 to $30 cheaper depending on the model. The thing I like about the Stingray series is what you get for your money. It's a really light paddle considering it's an injection molded nylon blade. The Stingray Carbon comes with the carbon reinforced nylon. The Stingray Hybrid is just fiberglass powder mixed in with the nylon. So it's a little heavier, but the overall performance is really similar between those two paddles. You're either saving money or spending money depending on how much the paddle weighs. So how much does the paddle weigh? A Stingray Hybrid Posi-Lok's just over 30 ounces. The Stingray Carbon, same paddle, 28.5. So you're saving, about 1.5 ounces when you go to the Carbon. And you also get a little bit more stiffness in the blade. The hybrids come in at $179 for the Posi-Lok and $199 for the Versa-lok. And then if you jump to the Stingray Carbon, you're looking at $229 versus $249, which really isn't bad. If you're looking to upgrade from just your basic aluminum or fiberglass paddle and you want something that's going to offer great performance but not break the bank, the Stingray series is a really nice way to go. Now, since I have it here, I do feel the need to mention the Manta Ray series. So the Stingray is just a smaller version of the Manta Ray. Manta Ray is just a little bit bigger blade. So if you want more power, you want more grip, or if you're moving around a big boat, sometimes it's nicer to have that bigger surface area. So that is an option. Our next jump up is the Aquabound Tango. In this paddle, you're getting a carbon shaft, fiberglass blade, but the difference is this is a hand-laid fiberglass. So you get a lot of stiffness and a lot less weight. So it's a few ounces lighter at 26 ounces, which is significant. The biggest thing is the lightness is on the ends of the paddle. You're going to hear me talk a lot about swing weight in this series, and that is the weight that's on the end of the paddle blade. The part that you're picking up and moving 1,000 times every mile you go. It makes a huge difference when you have a lightweight blade. So from here on out, the shaft weights get a little bit lighter, but the biggest difference is what's on the end of the paddle. How light is that blade? So brand new for this year, same paddle. This is the Aquabound Tango, but this one has the Lam Lock feature. And you've heard me talk about that on the Tetra. It's basically a stitched Kevlar edge. So where you're impacting the paddle, it's not going to split, it's not going to come apart, it's not going to wear down. It's basically can only go to that Kevlar edge and it's going to stop. Really neat feature, and we're seeing that on pretty much all the new high-end Aquabound paddles this year. And they're the only ones doing it at the moment, which is pretty cool. So the Tango also comes in the Versa-lok as well as a Posi-Lok, and it also comes in a bent shaft as well as a straight shaft. Now the bent shaft does get a touch heavier, and it also only comes in the Posi-Lok, but the weight's minimal. We're talking about 1 ounce for the bent shaft versus the straight. It just more comes down to personal preference. Now just know the Tango comes in all sorts of options. You can get it in carbon fiber blades, you can get it in straight shaft, you can get it in bent shaft. So real quick, let's just pick up the carbon Tango and show you this. Same exact paddle, just with the carbon instead of the fiberglass. They use the split toe carbon, which is a little thicker weave, which allows them to get the same strength, but a lot lighter weight than they would with just your standard fiberglass. So really cool, so lightweight. The straight shaft and this is coming in at $499. The bent shaft is $575. So you're getting up there. You're starting to get into a really fancy paddle. Now, because I can hear it in the comment sections already, I would break a paddle that nice. I wanted to show you guys this one because I just got it back from Aquabound. I sent it back to him after 8 years living in my demo fleet because this little plastic piece broke. I sent it back for 50 bucks. I put in a new ferrule and sent it back to me. This paddle used to be like bright blue. See all the whiteness around the edge? That's all just from use, hammering rocks. But after 8 years, this paddle is 100% serviceable. It has been through the ringer. It is scratched to bits, just taking a beating and keeps ticking. So I just thought it was worth talking about because I always get the thing like, oh, I can never have a paddle that nice, I would destroy it. I guarantee you will never paddle as hard as this paddle's been paddled. So that's that. Last but not least, here we have the Aquabound Tetra. I just put a video out on this a couple weeks ago, and it's a pretty rave review. I don't think I've ever given anything such a positive review. The difference between the Tango and the Tetra, the biggest thing is the foam core. You see that smooth back face? Compare that to the Tetra. You see that big ridge here? You feel that in the water, especially as you're doing strokes where you're trying to like draw or brace. You feel that ridge on the back, whereas this paddle, you don't feel it at all. The biggest thing though with the foam core paddle is as I put this down in the water, I'm forcing that buoyancy underwater, and at the end of the stroke, it goes, doing, it wants to pop out. What I would say, I mean, I don't want to discourage you from buying this paddle by any means, but I guess the question I would ask you, if you're willing to spend $500 on a paddle like this, I would so recommend checking this one out for $549. $549 is for the Posi-Lok, $579 for the Versa-lok, and then $675 for the bent shaft. So not at all a cheap paddle, but if you paddle all the time and you use your gear, this is the biggest upgrade that you can do outside of the boat. I mean, I would rather have a $1,000 boat and a $600 paddle than a $1,600 kayak and a free aluminum paddle. Like the paddle makes as big of a difference, if not more of a difference than the boat itself. So I also just want to say thank you to all the people that went to my website after the last Tetra review and bought new paddles. Thank you guys so, so much. Now, I don't have a click to buy on my new website yet. And the reason for that is I really want to try to have a conversation and help you decide what the right paddle is for you. So you'll notice on my website, there's chat buttons, there's contact buttons all over the website. If you hit that chat button, chances are you're talking to me. There's nobody else. There's no AI bot on my website. It's literally me hanging out because I got a broken foot, chatting people up. So if you have any questions, head on over to the website. If I'm not on there, just send me a contact form and I'll get back to you. But I'm happy to help you find the right paddle. And Aquabound's nice enough that they will ship it out directly from the Aquabound factory to your door. And if you're in the Northern California area and you want to come try some different paddles, every paddle I just showed you right now is in my demo fleet, as well as I have a bunch of new inventory here available to sell. So hit me up, come on up, and let's get you on the water. We'll try some stuff out. And my last pitch to get you to come over and check out my new website is my new logo. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we changed the logo last week when I launched the new website. Kind of a rebrand for us. So I have about 50 of these stickers, and Aquabound's also sending me out 50 stickers. And what we're going to do is a little sticker giveaway. If you go to the website, fill out the contact form, put your address in there. I'm going to go ahead and send out a sticker pack to each one of you for free, no charge, on me, just as a way for you to check out my website and as a way for me to say thank you for all the support. Appreciate you guys so much. So every paddle sale I get, every boat sale I get helps me to fund this mission to keep this thing going forward. So thank you guys so much. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, share, all those things definitely help the channel. And until next time, this is Dan wishing you happy paddling. We'll see you on the next one.